We just witnessed a full-on robbery in the NFL. One of the greatest seasons ever by a second-year quarterback is about to end without the Most Valuable Player award because of some of the most unethical stat chasing we've ever seen. Listen, we make a lot of predictions on this channel, and the biggest one we've made recently was this. The league was not ready for Drake Maye. We said he'd be an MVP caliber player. We said he'd take a massive leap in his second year, and we were right. Drake Maye has just completed his first full season as a starting quarterback, and in doing so, he etched his name in NFL history. What he just pulled off stacks up with Mahomes in 2018, Lamar Jackson in 2019, and Dan Marino in 1984. And yet, he's not going to win the MVP. By every meaningful measure, Drake Maye's season was phenomenal. He finished with the highest completion percentage in the NFL, good for the 6th most accurate season in league history, sitting right behind 2017 Drew Brees, one of the greatest throwers of all time. And before you say, yeah, but he's just throwing screens and checkdowns, no, not even close. Drake Maye also led the NFL in yards per attempt, meaning he pushed the ball downfield more than anyone else. He became the first quarterback since Joe Burrow in 2021, Drew Brees in 2017, Tony Romo in 2014, and Tom Brady in 2007 to lead the league in both completion percentage and yards per attempt. That combination is almost unheard of, and when you look deeper, it gets even crazier. Among the 5 highest single-season completion percentage years ever, Drake Maye averaged 9 air yards per attempt. That's nearly 2 full air yards further than the next closest season, which was Drew Brees at 7.1 in 2017 and 2018. That means this might be the most efficient downfield passing season in NFL history. In fact, if you look at the deepest air yards per attempt season since 2016, Maye's 9.1 air yards per attempt ranks 10th all time, sitting next to seasons from Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Dak Prescott. Except here's the difference. Drake Maye was far more accurate than every single one of them. He's not an elite company. He is the elite company. So where's the robbery? Patience, we're getting there. Maye finished the season 4th in passing yards with 4,394 yards, 3rd in passing touchdowns, and 1st in passer rating with 113.5, which ranks 13th all-time for a single season, sandwiched directly between MVP seasons from Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. He also led the NFL in first down percentage, with 41.3% of his passes moving the chains. So how does this guy not win an MVP? Enter the Sith, the evil empire, Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Listen, Stafford had a phenomenal year. He's one of the best pure passers ever to play in the league. Arm talent on par with Aaron Rodgers, John Elway, the whole group. He led the league with 4,707 passing yards and 46 touchdowns, and the Rams secured the top wildcard spot in the NFC. But here's the problem. His season was not better than Drake Maye's. Side by side, Maye finished with more total yards, was more consistent week to week, and led his team to a 14-3 record, winning the division and tying for the best record in the NFL. Stafford, 12-5, second place in his own division. Yes, the Rams play in a tougher division, but MVPs win their divisions. And here's where the robbery truly begins. Matthew Stafford threw 13 touchdowns from the 1-yard line this season, the most ever. That's not illegal, but context matters. Sean McVay's offense prioritizes short passes at the goal line. Josh McDaniels' offense prioritizes the run. Should Drake Maye lose an MVP because of scheme philosophy? Especially when Stafford is throwing fades to Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, 2 elite red zone weapons, while Maye did this without a single Pro Bowl offensive teammate. Now let's address the schedule argument, because this is where people get lazy. Yes, the Patriots faced an easier schedule overall, but the argument collapses when you isolate pass defense, which is what quarterbacks actually face. Using NFL next-gen stats and pass defense EPA per play, Drake Maye's average opponent ranked 20th against the pass. Stafford's average opponent ranked 17th. That difference is negligible. And if you run the same analysis using QBR instead of EPA, the numbers barely change. Maye's average opponent ranked 18.6th out of 32 teams. Stafford's ranked 18.4th place out of 32 teams. In other words, when it comes to passing defenses, these two quarterbacks faced virtually identical difficulty. So no, Drake Maye did not have some massive advantage. And it gets worse. The Rams played the 49ers twice, which in example is a playoff team, yes, but one of the worst pass defenses in football. Meanwhile, Drake Maye and the Patriots faced teams like the Browns, who are bad overall but legitimately strong against the pass and have the Defensive Player of the Year on them. So when both quarterbacks faced the same teams, the Patriots and Rams played 6 common opponents. In those games, Maye had more yards, a better touchdown to interception ratio, a higher completion percentage, and outperformed Stafford in virtually every category. And then came the final 2 weeks. When Drake Maye built massive leads, he was pulled in the third quarter. Stafford stayed in until the final kneel down, grabbing every last touchdown and yard possible. That's not competitive football. That's stat padding. So what is the MVP award supposed to represent? To me, it's a quarterback who led the league in efficiency, carried his team to the best record, improved his franchise by 10 wins, shattering expectations, and did it without elite help. Not the guy throwing fade routes from the 1-yard line to Hall of Fame receivers while finishing second place in his own division. Listen, I respect Matthew Stafford, I always have, but what we just witnessed was an unethical MVP robbery, and Drake Maye deserved better.